してるより愛してることを伝える言葉がないのはきっと言葉に頼らずあなたのことを
Good morning, everybody. All right, so today's question is, does size matter when picking your car, truck, SUV, or camper? And I believe it does. You know, some people buy too small, some people buy too big. So I'm going to give you my top 10 or 12 things to look out for when you're going to choose your vehicle. Right, Miss Lucy? Yeah, she's one of them, believe it or not. So, this is my list in no particular order. Some things may be more important to you than they are to me. All right, so what type of camping do you intend to do? All right, are you going to be mostly off-road? I mean, we have BLM property, but then there's also the BLM property that you go off 6 miles onto a narrow winding road and it's like boom, 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 boom. Or do you just want to do BLM camping where you're just off the freeway? I've done that a lot in Quartzsite. If you need to go off-road, you're going to need 4-wheel drive. If you just want to do some BLM camping like I do, you're going to need good vehicle clearance. Or if you say, you know what, I really don't want to be out there on BLM property, I'm just going to do city camping and do the stealth camping, the Cracker Barrel and stuff, well, that's not going to matter to you. You can park anything at most of these places. So, underbody clearance is very important if you're going to go out in the boonies. All right, also, how many people, number 2, how many people are going to be traveling in your vehicle with you? I mean, is there a significant other? I watched Dr. Sonny Lee, I believe, and him and his wife live in a Toyota Sienna minivan. Now, I am going to do a series of things on camping for 2. These people can get along in a little minivan. Good for them. I would have to kill someone. But, all right, so how many people are going to be in your vehicle camping? And are you going to be camping out of your vehicle? Meaning, like, are you going to be on BLM property? You're just using your vehicle to drive somewhere. You're going to put up a big tent, whether at a campground or BLM property. So how many people are going to be in the vehicle with you? All right, number 3. How many pets? Pets are a big factor in our life, but there's all sorts of different factors for this. My girlfriend travels. She has a big full-size Chevy van with a bubble top, and she has 3 cats and 1 huge cat litter box. That's important. Are you going to have 3 cats or 3 dogs, or maybe 1 really big dog, 2 little dogs, a dog and a cat? What's the combination going to be? Or nothing at all? You know, because the minute that you have pets, then you got to protect them from all the outdoor environments. Not only from like sun, wind, heat, cold, rattlesnakes, coyotes, you know. Okay, so are you going to travel with pets? Another one is, what sports do you enjoy? And that means, how much can your vehicle carry? I like little things. I like my roller skates. I like my boogie board. Those are little. Are you going to have a huge bicycle? Do you like scuba diving? Are you going to scuba dive all around the United States? Something to consider, because sports like that are going to take a lot of vehicle space. All right, what extras will you be carrying? A lot of people just want to go from city to city to city to city, boom, 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 and that's it. And a lot of people want to spend 2 weeks on this BLM camp spot and 2 weeks on this BLM camp spot. Do you need a big clam tent? I carry my clam tent. I carry 2 tents. One so I can just throw out if there's regulations that says you need to be sleeping in a tent, and my big clam tent. I have a 2-foot by 4-foot portable table. I have my chair. This way I can sit and watch the sunset from the swamp, which is my clam tent. All right, so number 6, food. Food is a big thing. How much food do you need to carry? And, you know, I'm just going to put it in here right now. Sometimes the shelves are bare. All right, but food is a big one. Are you going to be eating in restaurants 3 times a day? Okay, that can be unhealthy. It can be expensive. You know, I mean, yeah, it can be. So there's a lot of different ways to go. You can totally do this without refrigeration And Sue Ann online, she has a website, a little blog, and she tells all the types of food that she carries without refrigeration. Or do you want to have an ice chest? If you have an ice chest, then you got to keep getting ice. And if you want a refrigerator, then you got to have solar and keep those batteries up and going, which we'll talk about that. What kind of food pantry do you want? Like I said, a lot of times the food shelves are bare, so I keep a lot of food in my vehicle at all times, and toilet paper. And then consider your pots, your pans, your cook stoves. You're going to need to eat your food out of something. I do have a few really good ones on cooking in my van, so it should be in the playlist here. But one of my girlfriends, she's on a gluten-free diet. So, I mean, she just can't go into McDonald's and get gluten-free unless she gets a lettuce wrap. So, you know, you got to consider your diet regulations. All right, next, number 7 is electrical. How much electricity do you need? And is it going to be a hybrid vehicle or a non-hybrid vehicle? The top of the roof, how many solar panels can you put on there? And like my Volkswagen bus, I had a good 300 watt solar panel. I'm having a hard time finding that again, but that's what I'll probably do. If you can only get 100 watt solar panels and you need 4 of them on the roof, it's not going to happen on a little Volkswagen bus. And why do you need that much electricity? All right, I don't want to be hunting for ice for my chest all over the town. And I want a refrigerator. All right, that's a minimum 100 watt battery. If you have a CPAP machine and a refrigerator and a computer, you're looking at a minimum of 100 watt panels, probably 300 watt panels, 100 watt panels, because you know what? There are cloudy days, and then you need a big battery for that. Where are you going to stow that big battery? So electricity is very, very important to me. All right, and another one. You know, a lot of people are going camping part-time. Well, if you're going part-time and you have an apartment, a lot of the stuff you can keep in your apartment. You know, you may not be going biking, you know, with your bicycle on this camping trip. But if you're going biking full-time, you got to think about that. So full-time or part-time. All right. And one thing that's real flexible is your mileage per gallon, sort of. You know, a lot of people, they're going to go to a BLM campground, not Black Lives Matter, Bureau of Land Management, and they're going to park it for 2 weeks. So if they have something that gets 8, 10, 12 miles to the gallon, it doesn't really matter, does it? This is why I love my van. It protects me from the elements. We got a good windstorm going out there. All right, you can also adjust your MPG, your miles per gallon, by, I see a lot of people going to Goodwill and getting big wooden things, you know, like a cabinet or a desk or whatever, and putting it in their minivan. Well, that's heavy, and that's going to affect your miles per gallon. I went to Walmart and got little plastic drawers, and I get almost 28 miles to the gallon for me. But you really got to watch your MPG. Number 10, are you mechanically inclined? If you are mechanically inclined, then by all means, go get an older vehicle. You're going to save a lot of money. I am not mechanically inclined. I've told you before, I could actually look and see that my tire is flat, and a mechanic convinced me, oh yeah, it's your engine, it's blown. So if you're mechanically inclined, God bless you. But me, I need a new vehicle with a warranty. All right, now then, my van is big enough to carry my winter and summer stuff together. I don't prefer it because it gets awful cluttered, but if you're doing part-time, you can keep your winter stuff at home and go enjoy summer activities and vice versa. Or if you're not having a storage unit, you may not want to get a new winter sleeping bag every winter, or a new winter sports equipment. So can it carry everything, or do you not mind? You know, there are a lot of Goodwills that have old quilts, you know, that you can get for $20. Maybe that's okay with you. All right, so number 12, and this is my last one, and this is one that I personally hate because I live a lot in Southern California. A lot of people will buy a vehicle that's too small and say, that's okay, I'm going to get a rooftop carrier. If you get a rooftop carrier, that's going to impact your miles per gallon. And then I'll get the rear cargo carrier. All right, I don't like either one of them. Number one, you got to constantly move the rear cargo carrier to get into your trunk, and I like the way my rear opens up. That didn't come out right, did it? But in Southern California, that's called an attractive nuisance. You know, if someone's going to go out and I'm stealth camping on a city street and they see a rooftop carrier and they don't know I'm inside, they may choose to break into my rooftop carrier. I just watched a video that people in San Francisco, they're actually putting in their car windows, "There is nothing in here, please don't break my glass." It's just something to consider. You know, a lot of people have rooftop carriers. They don't have a problem with it, but there are some sketchy places, and even places that you don't think that people will break into. And like I said, Southern California is pretty bad about that. All right, so those are my top 12 things to look for when I buy a new vehicle. Please like and share, of course, but write in the comments below. A lot of people can live in a vehicle a lot smaller, and a lot of people want a vehicle a lot bigger than mine. So tell me, what are you thinking? All right, hold on. I hope that gave you something to consider before you go out and buy a vehicle. And you know, it's perfectly okay if you get the wrong size vehicle to back up and say, you know what, I made a mistake, I need a bigger vehicle. That's not a problem. I mean, it does cost you financially, but I'd rather, if you're happy out there camping, you're going to do it more often. And if you're miserable in either a too big or a too little vehicle, being miserable, you're going to quit it. All right. Say we'll see you down the road, Miss Lucy. What a great shot, huh? Hey, bye from Terry. I cut myself off. Goodbye from Terry and Miss Lucy. Bye, guys.